There's something crazy about a guy who is lazy, but there's something new and true about a guy with a brew. Thank you for stopping by. As you saw with the logo, we had a name change. Well, I'm your dude, I'm Brandon, and this is A Dude with a Brew, where we put a little bit of beer into an intellectual twist. It will not always be about beer and that intellectual twist, but hey, today it is. Today we're going to go to C.S. Lewis in his book 3 of Mere Christianity, section 2, The Cardinal Virtues. We're going to be talking about temperance. Temperance is one of those topics that we all struggle with. How far is too far and how much is too much? So, as we go there, page 71 of Mere Christianity, book 3, section 2, temperance is unfortunately one of those words that has changed its meaning. It now usually means teetotalism, but in the days when the second cardinal virtue was christened, temperance, it meant nothing of the sort. Temperance referred not specially to drink, but to all pleasures, and it meant not abstaining, but going the right length and no further. It is a mistake to think that Christians ought to be teetotalers. Mohammedanism, not Christianity, is the teetotal religion. Of course, it may be the duty of a particular Christian, or any Christian, at a particular time to abstain from strong drink, either because he is the sort of man who cannot drink at all without drinking too much, or because he is with people who are inclined to drunkenness, and must not encourage them by drinking himself. Well, the whole point is that he is abstaining, for a good reason, from something which he does not condemn and which he likes to see other people enjoying. One of the marks of a certain type of bad man is that he cannot give up anything himself without wanting everyone else to give it up. That is not the Christian way. An individual Christian may see fit to give up all sorts of things for special reasons, for his marriage, or meat, or beer, or the cinema. But the moment he starts saying things are bad in themselves, or looking down his nose at other people who do not use them, or who do use them, he has taken the wrong turning. Later in another video, we're going to go to the another section and talk about seeing what we see and when we can see it. And I refer to simply this: you don't really cherish anything until you actually know or lack that thing that you cherish. And that will talk about drunkenness as well. You don't actually see that you're drunk until you're actually sober. So we'll go talk about that in another video. But temperance itself, I was dealing with this issue myself because I am seeing people around me that I love and I cherish, and they may not be able to make the choice themselves. But we all have that choice. We all have that ability to abstain, and it's given to us. But if you can't abstain because the power of the effects of alcohol, drugs, or whatever it is that you're doing, then you need to stop. Let me put a little disclaimer as we go on to the actual beer review itself. Troeg Brewing Company does not share any of the views that I have, and they're not liable for anything that I say. Troeg Brewing Company is a great brewing company out of Hershey, Pennsylvania, and they're close enough to me where I hopefully someday can go and will go to do a tour of their brewery. So, we go to their Anthology Spring Series, and in that Anthology Spring Series, you get 12 bottles. You get 4 bottles, 3 bottles each of each type. We're going to start off this Anthology series with a Perpetual IPA. We're going to release another video next week, going on to the next one, and to the next one, and the next one, until we have a month where we actually went through this whole 4 parts. This is Imperial Pale Ale, Perpetual IPA. We always have on the side here the recycling information and general warning from the Surgeon General, or the government warning. You shouldn't drink if you're pregnant. You should not also do anything. It's pretty much the first warning is don't drink while you're pregnant. Consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery and may cause health problems. So don't do any of that stuff while you're drinking. I suggest only having one. If you can only have one, that's a great thing. Because guess what? All joking aside, it's cheap. And then we go over to here, and we have our readings over here. You can actually see that it's 7.5% ABV. IBU is 85. And then the hop reading is right here. Hops, Bravo, Chinook, Mount Hood, Nugget, Citra, and Cascade. They have a little description right below that information right there. At Troegs Artisanal meets mechanical and state of IPA. We call perpetual cycling through a HopBack vessel and dry hopping method. This bold imperial pale ale emerges rife with sticky citrus rind, palm vine, and tropical fruit. Let's pop this open. Before we do pop this open, let us go to the website and see what it has to offer. So, as we said, we went to the website, troegs.com/beer/perpetual-IPA/7.5 ABV. You can see the malts are Crystal, Munich, Pilsner, hops, Bravo, Chinook, and Mount Hood, HopBack hops, Mount Hood, Nugget, and then our dry hops are the Cascade and Citra. IBU is 85. It's a year-round, and it's on tap. Perpetual IPA, our first of this Anthology Spring series. You can see a little description here. You can see their tasting notes, their food notes, and their social media. Wow, beautiful website itself. Hope you guys enjoyed the animation. That was a frame by frame that I created about a few weeks ago. I really enjoy it. It's to kick off the season 2, episode 1 of my beer reviews for this year. Let's pop this open and get an actual pour into a glass and see what kind of color we have. Like I said, you got to make choices for yourself, and you need to abstain when you need to abstain, and you need to give it up when you can't give it up anymore. So if you can't give it up, stop drinking. But if you can't abstain and take breaks, do that. So as we go, let's go into here and just do a nice pour. I like to get ahead on this beer. Okay, I look at other people that have beer on their beer review channels and also make beer. One of my favorites, he really loves to polish the glass, and I think that he lives in a cold area. I'm currently inside, so I don't have the issue of it fogging out, but look at that right there. Look at that filtered beauty. Carbonation looks phenomenal. The way that I poured it gave me a decent head that I like to enjoy. And no doubt, the citrus aroma that comes off of that is just out of this world. My previous beer review season, we did 3 ratings. I'm going to continue that, and with those 3 ratings, I'm going to go over the appeal, the actual aroma, the brew aroma like I like to talk, and then its actual taste. The appeal of the bottle is pretty interesting. You have gears right there, and kind of hinting at perpetual motion. You got a little hop right there, and then you have that little infinity sign that is linked to the actual name itself, Perpetual, up top. So constant motion, this thing right here is actually, pointed towards the fact that we may enjoy this beer. You can smell the citrus. Pine balm, I'm going to have to see if I can get a hold of some actual pine balm, see if I can train my nose to actually smell what that is. But yeah, it almost does kind of smell like a pine tree almost. Aroma. So appeal, we're going to go 7 out of 10. Aroma, 7 out of 10. Bitterness is just right. Flavor is there. Citrusy bite to it. Really enjoyable. Troeg, I think you did a phenomenal job. And as always, I have the right to actually boost any of the other score. Appeal goes up to an 8. We're going to keep the aroma at a 7. And we're going to do the actual taste at an 8. So we got 8, 7, and 8. We have 23 out of 30. Not a bad beer. Thank you, Troeg, for doing this. Thank you, Troeg, for focusing on this. If you disagree with my beer rating, comment below, like, comment, and subscribe. Put the notification bell on, and let me know what else you would like to see. As I stated, we're going to do a month where we're going to focus on the Anthology series, the spring series from the Troeg Brewing Company out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. And as always, I ask you to do everything in moderation, because it may be your life that actually depends on it. I ask you also to understand that God does love you, and I ask you to take his blessings. So may God bless you and your families. I love you guys. I hope to see you soon.